In this demonstration, we'll be discussing Vonage for Microsoft Dynamics, the integration that ties your Vonage Business Communication System directly to Microsoft Dynamics. Let's take a look. The Vonage for Dynamics connector runs from inside Google Chrome. Each user that needs the system can be added from the Vonage admin portal or from your sales representative. Each user will receive their own email welcoming them to the system and provides them detailed instructions on how to download the connector and sign in for the first time. Once you've signed in, you will see the icon in the upper right-hand corner of Chrome, and you can click on this icon to see several areas that you can visit. The first is Show Panel, which actually shows you the main control panel, which we will cover in a moment. Synchronizing contacts allows you to sync metadata changes between Dynamics and the Vonage system for the integration to more quickly and effectively publish out caller ID and contact name information. Your reporting will bring you to a reporting page, allowing you to pull reports on your users of your connector and see call log histories. URL restrictions allows you to add websites that will not work with your click-to-call functionality. Help and feedback allows you to get help or support on the connector, as well as provide feedback to our product team. And finally, the logout button. By clicking on the Show Panel button, you can see the Vonage Connect for Dynamics window opening automatically. There's several areas in here. The first is a dial pad, which allows me to search or dial a number by name or by number, or I can manually dial it. I can also copy and paste from any other area that I have a number stored. The History tab shows me my call history, which is populated from the Vonage Business Communications side, but also if it finds a matching contact inside of Dynamics, it will publish the customer's name above. If there is no match found, it will simply show the caller ID, and you can add this in the pop-up window, which I will show you shortly. If there's a multiple match found, that will also be indicated where you can select which contact you're talking to. This would be commonplace where you have multiple contacts publishing the same caller ID from a company out to your organization, and you can simply select which user you're talking to. The next button is for your favorites. Customers that need to talk to their people more often can mark them as a favorite, and they can access them here and call them by clicking on the number. The next tab is for the account. This shows you which account you're logged into. And finally, your settings tab. This allows you to make, as an administrator, system changes to how the call pop-up window looks and functions with your instance of Dynamics. So if there are objects that you need to collect data on in your environment, you can actually enable those from this area. As an individual user, I can tell my system if I want my screen pop notifications to work or not. I can also, as an administrator, go in and configure the actual function across the board. So if I don't want the system to auto-log calls, I can turn this off. However, by design, the system is set up to automatically capture and record that information automatically to ensure more accurate metrics. You also have the capability to log calls with 0 duration or not. After you're done making your setup, you can simply click Update. You can make these changes at any time or as often as you like and click Update, and the very next call will take on the properties you've selected. So let's take a look at the pop-up window. When a call comes in this case, I will use a call that did not have a match. When the call comes in, I can see here that I have the option to create an entity, whether that be a contact or an account, and put in their first and last name and what their phone number type is, and add them to it. However, If it is a customer that already exists and perhaps they're calling in with a new caller ID, I can simply find their name from the list and add it here. And this will update the system in Dynamics automatically. In the case above, you can see that it had already correctly identified the customer as Robert Downey. It shows me my status, my call duration, date and time, etc. I also have the ability to create or search cases based on this call. So in your environment, if you are working with cases, you can go in and create new cases from inside this system. I can also record my notes, my subject header, and whether it's billable or not, and click Save. The indicator below the notepad icon lets me know that there's been a note stored into Dynamics automatically. When I click on that icon, it will take me into Microsoft Dynamics directly to that call record, and you can see the format here. If I need to see more information about prior calls, I can simply click on the contact name or who the owner is. And by clicking on this icon, I can now see the information about this user. I can also see their timeline information, or I can click on related information and look at those activities from within here. This will allow me to see everything that I need to see. I can also jump to my cases from here if I actually have them. Now, the next step in the process is going to be to look at our reporting. When I click on reporting, it will take me to the Vonage connector system. This will show me all of the users that are actually signed in with the Dynamics connector, and I can see the inbound and outbound calling system history here. I can also go in and select or deselect any users that I don't want to see. I can filter by day, week, and month. I can also filter by duration. So if I want to show calls that are 60 seconds or greater to show more accurate call metrics, I can do that on the fly. I can also change the order and the reload interval. So if I want to set this system up to have it reload automatically every 30 seconds and use this as a wallboard in my call center, I can do so. I also have the capability to export this report. As part of this export, I also get the call reports. This information is actually going to show me my call direction, date, time. Most importantly, it will show me what agent spoke to which customer. And I also can go in and look at those notes to see and modify the note right from within the connector. The biggest bonus you get from this system is now I am no longer tied to my computer. In most connector scenarios, you must be logged into Dynamics at all times and sitting at your desk in order for it to work. This system allows you to be truly mobile, and you can take calls on your Vonage Business Communications mobile device, and it will still log those calls in Dynamics for you. More importantly, you can also store multiple notes at the same time. So if I'm currently working on a call with Robert Downey and another call comes in, I will simply get another pop-up. Now I don't have to break my train of thought on my prior ticket or terminate it early. This will prevent people from not leaving notes in your system. So the last piece that we want to talk about is going to be your URL restrictions. We covered this earlier, and again, this allows you to go in and actually add in additional URLs that you don't want to have the click to dial option functioning on. This has been a basic demonstration of the Microsoft Dynamics connector for Vonage.